Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. I'm Brian Moritz. Today I'll be walking you in and around a 2021 Summit Adventure Van Longs Peak model. So the Longs Peak model is built on a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter 2500 144-inch wheelbase chassis. We dressed it up just a little bit with some 30-inch BF Goodwrench KO2s, as well as some 17-inch black Rhino wheels, just to give it a little more class. Coming back, we'll close this door for now just so we can walk around the exterior. But on the exterior, we do have about a 12-foot awning here. It's a power extend, power retract. There's a nice LED light strip built into it, so when you're outside, you can use it at night and have some light. And then when you're ready for it to be put away, just push a button and it goes. So in conjunction with that, on the patio side of this van, we also have a nice LED light bar up on the roof, just for, you know, sitting out here at night in front of the campfire or whatever, just need a little bit of light, we set you up for it. Coming around the back, over here on the back right side, we do have an exterior solar port. So if you have an extra mobile, or if you have an extra solar panel, you can just plug it in right there. It just takes a ZAMP connection. And then in the back of the van, just a standard Mercedes-Benz doors with a ladder with a 300-pound capacity to get on the roof. Up on the roof, we do have a nice storage rack up there. There is room up there where if you want to put, you know, canoes, whatever, there is room up there to do it. On top of that, on the roof, there's a 13,500 BTU air conditioning, as well as 180 watts of solar. Also, on the back here, we have another nice light bar. So if you're out here working on your bike in the middle of the night, you'll be able to see. Also on the back, we have a couple different switches. We have light switches for your mid-room lights, which are on the interior. Water pump on and off. That's going to be for this exterior spray port, exterior shower port. And then an ARB switch here, which is for an air compressor that we mounted inside of this panel. So when you buy an adventure van, you get a little air compressor as well as an air hose. Now you can use these for a couple different things: blowing up bike tires, blow up paddle boards, if you have beach toys, or if you just need to get out of a pinch and you can blow up a tire with them, one of your vehicle tires. And put that away. But that connects right here. Very nice and easy to access. Now also, on the back, we put roll left screens. So there's a couple different ways we can use these screens. This one is just completely blacked out right now. There's zippers here, where if we open it up, it'll be like an open air. There's zippers on the inside where you can see this is actually just a screen, so it's not blacked out. Air can come in, bugs can't. So a very nice screen package in the rear of this one. And then up top in either door, we do have two Kenwood speakers. Now that's a separate Bluetooth control from the chassis, and I'll go over that once we get inside. But just for a little extra noise while you're laying in bed. Up top underneath that light, we have a full color HD backup camera, and that's provided by Mercedes. And then down below, we have a Go Rhino step that goes right into your hitch receiver. So if you wanted to take it off, pull the pin, really easy. And then you have a 2-inch receiver with a 5,000-pound towing capacity. And to the side of that, we have a 7-pin connector for those trailer brakes and trailer lights. So this is easy enough where you can put it in and take it out as needed. You know, if you're towing a trailer, when you get to where you're going, you can put that back in so you ever step back into the van. Coming around to the driver's side, right here we have our water fill ports. So you have two options of how you can put water in this. You could either A, connect a hose directly up to this connection here if you have a hose available. Second is you could drop a hose or a funnel and use a big bucket or jug to dump water directly into your freshwater tank. The freshwater tank is 18 gallons on this van. And then down below, we have just a single drain point. Now there's only one valve there because this only has a gray tank. We don't have a black tank on this van, so just the gray. So it's pretty much just going to be soapy water. And then over here we also have a receptacle for a 30 amp. Now the only time in this van you would need to use this is A, if you wanted to charge your batteries, or B, if you wanted to run your air conditioning. Now your batteries will charge in different manners as well. You've got the solar, you've got the engine that will charge them. So you don't have to plug it in order to charge them. Being that this is a Mercedes Sprinter van, Mercedes likes to do cool stuff. So just with the fob, to unlock the doors, I can roll those windows up and down. Let's say you get back, you just want to start some airflow in there, you can roll those windows down from here, and then once you're ready to leave, hold the lock button and up and away they go. A couple other things we want to look at. Each Mercedes chassis does come with, turn this on, power folding mirrors, as well as power adjustable mirrors. Something we do, we add the heated seats when we retrofit this and make it a long speak model. So, and then both of your front seats will swivel, which I will show you in just a minute. Up in front on the 144-inch wheelbase, you do get the LED headlights. We put this little vinyl wrap on your hood just to protect it from rock chips, things like that. Also gives it a nice rugged look. And then up on the top there, we do have a nice, looks like about a 30-inch light bar, just for a little extra illumination while you're driving down the road. Which brings us to the inside. So to go with that screen on the back, we do have another roll left screen here. So what's really cool about this screen, it doesn't black out or anything, but what it does is it's just open air, so air can get in, bugs can't. But you also have just a little door, magnetic door, so you don't have to unzip it and rezip it every time you want to get in. The beauty of roll left screens. And then it just goes back and hooks on there. Also, we have a ram mount here that doubles as an assist handle to get in and out of the van. And it's very sturdy, and there's a couple different options of things we can do with that. Give me a call and we'll talk about them. Come on in, Jody. Okay. So we'll start in the back here. Just kind of open this up. So this is what I was talking about on the outside, where now this is an actual screen and not a cover. We have two Kenwood speakers here that we saw on the outside. Now they're on the inside. We also add two handles, or a handle to each door, just so you can pull it in if it's all the way extended. On top of that, they're RAM mounts, so you can mount TV or your iPad, your phone, a couple different mounts that you can get for RAM mounts. So back in the bedroom, a couple things underneath. Down here, we have two Lions Energy 100 amp hour lithium batteries. And then right here we just have a power energy management system. So that's what's going to convert our solar power to actual power. And then in here we have a Xantrax 2000 watt inverter capable of running everything in this van. Now each of these other little panels, those are all for the bed mechanism, not storage or anything. But down underneath on this side, you get a little bit of storage, but the two of these combined gives you access to both your your freshwater tank as well as your just plumbing. The bed net mechanism is designed by Summit Adventure Vans. Summit Adventure Vans is a company that is connected to Transwest, so this is actually our van that we build. So something we did this year that was really cool is we made this side able to fold down, and then you have a counter height table. So if you're working in here, want a place to eat, anything like that, you can do it right here. And then when you're done, fold that bed down, or the mattress down, Same thing on this side. And then you have a very nice bed, bigger than you see in most vans. We did do the cutouts on each side to give you an extra 4 inches. Gives you about, if you're about 6'6", you'll be comfortable on this bed. Much taller than that, you'll get a little tight, but that's if you sleep like a pencil. So, coming back in the bedroom as well, right next to the bed here, we have a couple different things. So, first thing, we have just a nice LED light here, reading light. If we tap it, the intensity, or it gets brighter and dimmer, and then it'll also go red as kind of a night light. And then up in here, we have this little knob for these LEDs up above. So with this knob, I can actually change the color of the LEDs as well as the brightness. There we go, get some like purple. Underneath that, we have one 12-volt outlet. That's going to be like a cigarette lighter style outlet. Next to that, we have two 12-volt USB ports, and then down below, two 110-volt plugs and two more USB ports. So you got a total of 4 USB ports, one 12-volt, and then there's also a USB on this light. So plenty of power back there. In the middle here, we have a Kenwood controller. So this is going to connect directly to those 2 speakers in the doors. So we can connect this to our phone, control the volume from here, you can control it from the phone, but this is completely separate from the radio in the cab. Down below, we have an S-bar system. So this is our heater. This is going to burn diesel fuel rather than propane. There is no propane here at all. And then it's just a single port heater. It's right here, so it's blowing air directly into the back of the van. And you can set it for a couple different options. You can put it on a time delay. You can set it so that it turns on at certain times. And you can also set it so it'll only stay on for so long. But 1 gallon of diesel fuel will literally heat this thing for about 22 hours. Down below that, we have a sea level tank monitor. A couple things going on here. We can look at our battery voltage. Right now we're at 12.9. Fresh water percent. So 18 gallons of fresh water, you're going to see a percentage of how much is left. And then a gray water. It's labeled as black water, but this is your gray water level percentage. You have 25 gallons of gray water, so you actually have more gray water than fresh water, which is good because you can fill up that tank manually if you needed to. Master on and off switch for the van, so if I hit that, it's going to turn off all the power and save my batteries. Ceiling lights, so we have it divided into 2 zones, rear and front, so turn them off separately. And then desk light is actually the light for the kitchen. And then last but not least, down below we have the control for our Xantrax 2000 watt inverter. Not a lot to do here. All you do is push the power button, it turns on, push the power button, it turns off. I'm going to switch you sides real quick, Jody. Coming into the kitchen area, we have a really nice big pantry here. Now these shelves are adjustable, so we can move them up and down as needed. We could also add another 1 or 2 in there and still have some good usable space. Down below, a very nice big deep drawer. I'd probably put pots and pans in it if it were me. More storage underneath the cabinet here. Now this is the plug for our induction cooktop, which we'll get to. And then 2 big deep drawers, silverware tray in this one. It does just pop right out. And then an isotherm 4.6 cubic foot electric refrigerator, so compressor refrigerator. That's going to run directly off of your inverter, or off of your batteries, not your inverter, I'm sorry. And it's also got just a little ice tray in there as well. Up on top of the counter, we have just a single burner induction cooktop. So what's really cool about induction cooktops is, one, they don't get hot to touch, so you can still use that countertop as prep space with that burner on. The other thing about them, you just have to have a magnetic pan, so either cast iron or metal, no aluminum pans, otherwise it just won't work. To the left of that, nice big sink. It comes standard with a nice little wash basin here and a sprayer, so very residential style. And then over on this wall we have a magnet. So what's cool about this is we can hang, knives or whatever on this thing while you're driving down the road, just to keep, you know, extra storage. And then above, one really big cabinet. And last but not least, for the kitchen, we do have a 700-watt microwave. And as you can see, it's on right now, and this is again just off battery power and inverter. So something really cool that Summit's doing, for anyone who's owned an RV before, you know they come with about 14,000 books for manuals. Summit Adventure Vans is doing a little bit different. So we have just these cards. So let's just say the batteries. You can go look at the coach battery specs, page 7. Alright, so it'll just tell us we have two AGM 12 or two 12-volt lithium-ion batteries that support all the powered equipment in the coach. So each battery has 105 amp hours of usable battery and 210 total, and they weigh 46 pounds. So it's just really cool. Instead of having a big book that you have to go search through to find what you need, we have just little flashcards, and that comes just in your little toolkit. In this toolkit, we also have the adapter to take your wheels off, a ratchet, a screwdriver, an Allen wrench, just a couple little things that you might need while you're traveling. Over on this side, we have a really nice first aid kit. And this comes standard with each van as well. So inside of it, tons of different things: gauze, band-aids, burn ointment, scissors, a thermometer, iPad, emergency drinking water, emergency survival pouch like an emergency blanket or a thermal blanket. So all that just comes standard with the van. Being that this van was meant to be kind of off-grid, it's always good to have some safety supplies. And that just tucks away. So Jody, if you want to stay there, I'm going to swivel this front passenger seat around really quick. So you can absolutely do this from inside the van. In my personal experience, it's a little bit easier to do from outside. But what you're going to do to swivel these seats around, first you're going to move them forward, just so that they're going to clear this A-pillar here. Then there's a handle underneath. Pull it, and then it swivels very easily. And then you can push it back and close your door. And then now that it's swiveled around, we can lean it back, move it up and down, do anything we need to make ourselves comfortable. But just for extra living space, a place to sit, very comfortable seat right here. This one will do it as well. The only thing is your cabinet is going to be kind of up in your grill, but it does swivel around. So coming into the cab area of this Mercedes chassis, I'm going to get it started up. So this entire coach is powered by a 3.0 turbo diesel. It's got a 7-speed automatic transmission behind it, and it also has 4-wheel drive. So here on this 7-inch screen in the middle, go to start system. First thing we'll look at is we do have built-in navigation. There we go. So right now it's telling me that I'm just off the interstate, which we are. But it's a full color navigation. You can set it up to be, or to where it will plan your route for you, so that it'll optimize where you're going to stop for gas, you know, where you're going to stop and rest. A couple different options you can do. And then AM, FM, Bluetooth, and XM radio. And this is also set up for Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto. Your connections for that are just right up in the top here underneath the little cover. On both sides we have 2 extra cup holders up in the dash. On the steering wheel, on the left side we have our dash controls. So this is going to show just a little screen on the dash. Roll through our trip meter, set and turn on and off our cruise control. And then over here on the right side, this is going to be all your radio controls, so we can scroll through the radio options. Let's just say I want to go back to navigation, and then I get a phone call, so I want to go to my phone. You can do all that without ever taking your hands off the wheel. You can also adjust the volume of that radio and answer and hang up on calls from here. Down in the middle, just your standard HVAC controls. Up and down to the temperature, fan speed increase and decrease, air conditioning, your hazard lights here in the middle, and then just more HVAC stuff. And then up top, just a little storage on either side. And then 2 important switches here. So first one's gonna be battery merge. Now if you're ever in a situation where your chassis battery died for some reason, we can actually pull the power from those 2 lithium batteries in the back to start this engine and get us out of a pinch. And then that LED light bar that we saw on the front, that switch is right there. And all that was installed by Summit Adventure Vans in Fort Lupton, Colorado. So I think that's pretty much going to wrap up our tour of the 2021 Summit Adventure Van Longs Peak model. If you have any questions about this unit, we've also got, I think, 3 or 4 others, and there's another model coming out as well. But if you have any questions about the Summit Adventure Van, feel free to give me a call at 303-482-6375. Again, I'm Brian Moritz at Transwest Truck Trailer RV. If you have any questions, give me a call. Thank you. Have a good one.